Welcome to GUNPLA Friday, guys, and believe it or not, there's a new high-resolution model that's going to be launched very soon, and that is none other than the Gundam Astray Noir. So this guy looks good. I think it's using the same asteroid frame body and also armor as well. So perhaps the only thing that's different here is the armor. Everything's in black, and of course you do get a lot of chrome parts for the sword as well. There does seem to be a lot of optional parts that's going to be included with this kit. If you're a collector of high resolution model, will you be getting this? Especially those chrome parts, but katana might be a good kit to have in early 2019. Bandai also releasing a new 1/100 scale under the Reborn series. This is the Gundam F91 mobile suit variation. This is a premium Bandai exclusive. No word out yet on how much this guy is going to cost or in terms of when it's going to be released, but as far as I know, I really dig this design. It looks a bit like the Vigna Gaina that was launched as a premium Bandai not too long ago. And of course, now we finally have a lot more details of the real grade Crossbone Gundam, and believe it or not, yes, it is actually a GUNPLA evolution project. We didn't know about this when it was first teased at the event, but looking at what is being showcased here, it does seem that part separation, even in terms for an RG kit, it does seem to have a lot more parts compared to your average RG kit. Even the cloth itself, there's like 4 different parts just for the cloth for the Crossbone Gundam, and even for the head as well. As you can see, there's a lot of different parts that goes into the assembly unit for the head. I think there's going to be a lot more detail that will be announced once we get to see the actual product page for the real grade Gundam Crossbone. But you know, with this being a GUNPLA evolution project, I do expect to get very great articulation and also great part separation as well. Now, of course, we've already seen the Master Grade Gundam 1/100 scale NT-1 version 2.0, but there's also a new kit that's coming up, and that is going to be the Zaku 2 Kai. I was just a bit disappointed that the Zaku 2 Kai is not going to be released as a Master Grade, but instead Bandai has chosen to release it as a Reborn 1/100 series. So I was kind of disappointed because, you know, usually Bandai will reserve the Reborn 1/100 series for those lesser known mobile suits, you know, very suits that get very little screen time that, you know, not many people will buy. But for Zaku 2 Kai, I think a lot of people will probably want that to be in a master grade form, but unfortunately it's a Reborn 1/100 series. Not to say that it's bad, but you know, I was kind of hoping to get a master grade kit to go alongside with my master grade Gundam NT-1. But hey, at least from what we're seeing here at the show floor, this kit does look great, at least in terms of the proportion. But as you know, for the Reborn series, articulation leaves a lot to be desired. There are 2 new SDCS products announced by Bandai, and the first one is the Gundam Ground Type. Gotta love how this guy looks in the SDCS format. No word out on pricing or when this is gonna be released, but I don't expect it to follow the same line in standard in terms of pricing as the other SDCS kits. And if you look at these guys as the real kits on the show floor, they definitely look great. How he's able to squat and fire up the cannon at the same time is amazing. The next SDCS that's going to be announced is going to be the Gaugager. In terms of part separation, this guy looks great. So if you're a big fan of the old retro robots, I think that's definitely the one to get. And surprisingly, there are 3 new SD Sengoku Socket Student announced by Bandai as well. We thought we have seen them all, but there were 3 new ones. The first one, of course, is the Delchan Kshatriya. I will have to say, in terms of part separation, and if they're able to pull off that gold color as what we've seen here, that's going to be one of the highly sought after kit for 2019. And the next one, of course, is SD Sengoku Socket Student Lubu. And this time around, he brings a lot more new arsenal to what we have seen before from the SD series. This time around, he actually has a motorbike called the Red Hair. And I do have to say that, you know, the Red Hair combined with Lubu definitely does look very interesting. And of course, Lubu is based on the Sinanju mobile design. Looks very cool, very slick indeed. And finally, we have, of course, the SD Sengoku Socket Student. And this guy has the 00 Gundam design. This is Zaoyun 00 Gundam, And this is, of course, he also has a bike just like Lubu as well, and his bike is called the Blue Dragon Drive 00. Definitely looks very, very cool. So I think the SD Sengoku Sokosuden series is shaping up to be a great product to watch out for in 2019. Together with the SDCS line, this might be the big year for these guys to actually break out. I mean, the price point is not very expensive as well. And something to look forward to in 2019, something that's new and not GUNPLA based, is of course the new 30 minutes mission from Bandai. We finally have a lot more information in terms of pricing, details, and also release dates. So here we go. So what you need to know about 30 minutes mission is this, right? Essentially, there are two lines. One on the left is called the Alto, and the one on the right is called the Portanova. Essentially, both of them share the same design language, so they'll have the same pegs, the same connectors. So what you can actually do is, after building either the Portanova or the Alto line, you can actually mix and match the different parts and armors from the two different lines. So that's the interesting part. You can create your own mobile suit the way you like it, the way it looks. And at first, you know, you probably thought, okay, this is nothing new. It's almost just like a Lego Hexagear or even the Kotobukiya frame arm line. Nothing new. But what's interesting is there's also a new addition in terms of different armor parts that you can buy separately as well. There are also a lot more different weapons that you can buy separately as well. So you can really create a very unique looking 30-minute mission mobile armor or mobile suit that is your own very unique design. And I'm sure it won't be long after these guys launch in June. They're going for about 1,382 yen, relatively very cheap. I'm sure someone would create their own custom Gundam colors very soon, so that's kind of expected. But for us, I think it's quite a unique approach by Bandai, because for the first time in a long time, we're actually getting something new that is not Gundam based. So it's not a GUNPLA, but it's a new 30 minutes mission. No word out yet on whether this is going to be based on a anime or is this going to be based on a video game or mobile video game. We don't know yet, but from the looks of, in terms of possibilities of combining your different armors, like for example this one, this is the optional armor. There's one for proximity melee combat kind of armor. There are also different armors for long range distant battle kind of armor as well. So the 30-minute mission definitely seems to be very interesting, because not only because you're able to interchange the different parts and also the armors, but it is the price point. It is very cheap, 324 yen for optional armor parts. You can relatively mix and match to the one color or combination that you like. So let us know, will you guys be buying this? This is coming out sometime in June and July 2019. The mobile suits, the Alto and the Portanova, will be coming out very soon in June. But for the rest of the optional armor parts and also the weapon parts, those will be coming out in later July. And finally, we have this guy. This is of course the Master Grade 1/100 scale Duat-Ge or Duat-G. I don't know whether I got the name correct. At first, when I saw the announcement, I was like, just another recolor, I'm just gonna skip it. But when you actually see the video comparison they've done at Gundam Tokyo base, then you realize that actually this is a whole new kit altogether. So basically what Bandai did was they actually redesigned this whole Master Grade from the ground up. In terms of the articulation, the frames, there's a lot of differences compared to the old kit, as you can see, the one that they're holding on the right. So for the Duat-Ge itself, in terms of part separation, definitely it looks a lot better. And secondly, in terms of articulation, I think that's a big selling point here. The Duat-Ge actually has a lot more new movement possibilities. For example, the shoulder armor is able to move pivot front and back a lot better as well. And even the leg, you can actually move swivel to 45-90 degrees a lot better compared to the old Master Grade DOM, as what you can see here. So definitely worth getting. I would definitely get this if this is a normal release, but unfortunately Bandai has made this into a premium Bandai release, so that is the unfortunate part. Well, at 5,400 yen, it is a brand new kit redesigned with a better articulation. So this is not just a recolor. So for the first time in a long time, Bandai actually is doing something new instead of just pushing out kits with a new recolor out on premium Bandai. So that's our video for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed getting all the new updates from us. Do let us know what you think of course, the high resolution model Gundam Astray Noir. Will you be getting that? And of course, the new F91 mobile suit variation premium Bandai, unfortunately, but it definitely does look great. We actually looking forward to the new real grid Gundam Crossbone real grid, and of course the SDCS Gundam ground type. So that's our video for today. We hope to see you again very soon. Do leave us a comment on what you think of the new kits announced down below, and as usual, thank you for subscribing to our channel.